Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is a black sheep among the Pokemon franchise. Its status as a mainline or side game, it being one of the first traditional Pokemon experiences on a home console, and its more gritty and darker theme. One of the elements of this darker theme are the shadow-infused Pokemon that make up the bulk of the game, which is the main way to get other party members throughout your journey, alongside most held items. Though obtaining these powerful shadow Pokemon comes with a catch, and that catch is thievery. All of these shadow Pokemon already belong to other people, not even just criminals. Clueless civilians are affected by the protagonist's actions. What kind of message is this game trying to teach the youth of the world? That breaking the law is okay? That the ends justify the means? I don't care that this game tries to make this seem morally right. Let's see how the jury sees 80 counts of theft with probable cause. And it doesn't matter if you're stealing from a criminal. If I set fire to OJ's house, I'm still getting charged for arson. So really, the only way to go through this game with a morally just mindset is to steal as little as possible. That means no taking unnecessary items that very clearly don't belong to or are being gifted to the player, and no snagging any shadow Pokemon, cutting us off from the very powerful Pokemon the game expects us to have by the late game. Also, to make the challenge even more brutal, I decided no items in battle. So, without further ado, let's see if you can beat Pokemon XD without stealing. It starts us off right in the fray. This is the SS Libra, which is next to the SS Scorpio. This is Shadow Lugia. He literally leaves these two stranded out in the middle of the sea, and they die. Like, there's no way that they survived that. See, if I was on the Titanic, I simply would have swam to shore. We cut before those two characters freeze to death in the middle of nowhere to a battle between Salamence and Metagross, with the surprise twist of the battle taking place in VR chat. Yep, bye, other slot. Ignore that yellow text, this is a real GameCube. So I found my phone with email, and we got potions. Now, see, the thing is, this was our item. This was in our room. We are allowed to take this. This playthrough, we're gonna be a good boy. We're not gonna be a thief in any way, shape, or form. We can use those. Everything else, we gotta earn. Yeah, that's your mom. Which is weird, because you have red hair, and your younger sister has blue hair. So, something's up. We go talk to our mom, who sends us on a wild goose chase around this laboratory, which is also our home, I guess, looking for our younger sister, Jody. After talking to this man hiding under a table, we learn our younger sister went off to visit a crazy old man who lives in a vampire house in the middle of the woods, which the man under the table is seemingly okay with. And we hear of a commotion outside. A commotion on the television. There's no commotion outside. Upon reaching the strange man's home, his assistant very reasonably assumes that we are a burglar, despite that could simply not be farther from the truth. And for being so disrespectful to our image, we kill his plant with our dog, as we do not have a Salamence like we do in the virtual world. We have an Eevee, which we will go more into later. Honestly, I'm gonna be speeding up fights that aren't like super interesting. This game, the animations take a while. It is very interesting because this guy says his name in third person as well, and he has blue hair, and your younger sister does that. Is this like a thing? Is this like a thing where like she's supposed to be like Chobin's daughter? There's a common thing in anime where kids say their own name. Yeah, Chobin could just be crazy. Because also, Joby is literally just going out into the middle of nowhere in the woods. There is a lot to be desired with this game, specifically just with time. Because like, there's just a lot of waiting. The animations take a long time, it takes a long time to travel. I would definitely recommend only playing this with the physical GameCube with the added speed modification like mine. I would never emulate something I don't own. I just added the speed up button to my GameCube. After getting back to the lab, Crane, our scientist friend, gives us his latest invention, the Snag machine, a machine with the sole purpose of stealing other people's Pokemon, though in Crane's own words, should never be used to steal other people's Pokemon. After attempting to decline testing the Thieves tool, we do put on the Snag machine, because it does look pretty cool. So cool, in fact, it even got my friend Ashley into the stream.
Hello, Viddy'sVids.
Hello, Ashley Barrerer.
I'm here to laugh at your jokes, since Faco won't.
Yeah, this is the Snag machine. This is my friend Ashley.
Hello.
She has a YouTube channel and she hasn't uploaded in 2 years. So just a heads up, throughout these 2 streams, I had over a dozen friends drop in for some banter and to laugh at my jokes. So if you hear a random person for a line or two, it's not the other tab you forgot to close. As Faco, who originally was in the stream with me, continued to ditch me like a 7th period math class, a commotion appears outside involving Professor Crane. Which, using a healthy dose of meta gaming, I know is going to be the Snag machine catching tutorial. Luckily, like a 7th period math class, I had a plan to get out of it. We need at least 1 Pokeball to use the Snag machine. Here's the thing, everyone. In this game, the majority of battles are double battles. So they kind of really want you to have 2 Pokemon. But luckily, you need at least 1 Pokeball to use the Snag machine. Looks like we won't be able to use it if there just happened to be a shadow. Oh my god, he's dead. As you can see, no Pokeballs. So we are good. With my plan in action, I go to rescue Professor Crane from these members of the criminal organization Cypher, and go to take on Naps. So with the scanner, we can see that Teddy Ursa is in fact a shadow Pokemon. And he wants me to throw a Pokeball at it. But little does he know, and he puts him in the trash compactor. But don't worry, guys. This is all just a bit. Because Teddy Ursa's just gonna chill in here because we also can't release Shadow Pokemon. So he's chilling in there for a little bit. Well, you know, we mess up, you know, every now and then. People got 3 strikes. People pray for forgiveness, and they are forgiven. We get 1 sin, and that's what it was. And I went the wrong way. I'm sure the director was abducted by thugs. Just tell him no. After justifying an action that goes against everything that I stand for, and vowing to never steal again, for real, we are sent to retrieve a machine part from the shop at Gaddion Port. Just because our family friend was kidnapped by criminals and likely put him into slavery, doesn't mean we don't got chores. Yeah, thank goodness for the Hypercube's speed up, because there's no running, there's a lot of transitions between doors, there's a lot of people talking to you. Okay, and now we can play the game. I spoke too soon. There's this guy, I think his name is Groose? No, that's the name from the Zelda. This is the Zook, the coolest, baddest, and most happening guy around. After we get threatened by the most happening guy around, we are saved by a stranger in an ominous purple cloak, surrounded by 2 matching henchmen, who is definitely not the secret antagonist of this game. After that random scene is over, we enter another random scene where our sister talks to her friend for a while. Who are these people? We're just going on a play date. So we gotta go to the store. This is not the store. So this guy, he tells you that he studied Eevee and he found 5 stones that can evolve them. Basically here you get to pick what evolution you want. I took a lot of time to decide which one that I want. I actually spent like hours thinking about this. Jolteon and Espeon, these guys are gonna have to carry a lot of weight, and Jolteon cannot hit ground types, Espeon cannot hit dark types. That is a big debuff there.
How big?
Pretty big, Faco. Where did you go? You were supposed to laugh at my jokes. So
The next joke I'll laugh at.
Okay, thank you, Faco. So then we got Umbreon. Umbreon's gonna have to do a lot of damage, and Umbreon can't do a lot of damage. Not to mention, fighting dark types would be a really big deal. So that left Vaporeon and Flareon. And Flareon sucks. So we're gonna do Vaporeon. I actually really wanted to use Flareon for this run. This is, at least the beginning, is going to be a very difficult run. And we're just gonna immediately evolve Eevee into Vaporeon, because whenever I first played through this game, I waited until my Eevee learned Quick Attack before I evolved it into Jolteon. Not a good decision at all. Why is there little blue sparkles? Oh, I obtained this from my dad. I wonder who my dad... Oh, I obtained this from my dad. I wonder who my dad is. Guy that you aren't captivated by his singing. He said he'll give me something good if I can beat him in a battle. Here's the thing about that. our Vaporeon is going to have to take on a very big chunk of the game by himself.
So you need a Chadporion.
Yeah, we need a Chadporion. So Vaporeon was the best because it doesn't really have a bad stat besides maybe physical attack, but we don't need physical attack. And I don't even think we'll need to grind that much. Yeah, I can have this TM. He voluntarily gave it to me. And that TM is Attract, which honestly might come in handy. Didn't realize that's what he gave me. After walking 10 feet, we find the guy we needed to talk to and then travel back to the parts shop. All of this filler for a AA battery. After giving the final part for the Purification machine, a machine that purifies shadow Pokemon, aka a really big paperweight with a jammin' soundtrack, we are told to go to the stone in a gate village to purify our contraband so we can dispose of it properly. There's a lot to explore, but the thing is, we don't have a need to because we can't get any items.
Why are the animations so fast?
This is my enhanced GameCube.
Oh, okay. Because it looks like an emulator.
I would never. Thank you for laughing at my joke, Fako.
I laugh too.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, Fako promised to. You laughed because you thought it was funny.
I signed a contract.
Yeah.
I lose phone mobile data every time I don't laugh at one of his jokes.
There is an old lady back here. I don't want to open these. These aren't mine.
What,
I actually
wouldn't
remember
this
there
run
being...
be easier if you stole?
It would be easier if I stole. I'm really scared I'm gonna forget and accidentally open up a box.
You should put a text thing on your stream that says no stealing, so you always see it on your screen whenever you look at chat.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on, let me do that really quick.
You should also put the German Shepherd from Paw Patrol on the screen so you always have law enforcement watching you.
That's true.
Hopefully you don't forget to look at the no, and you accidentally just start stealing a lot because you thought the game told you to.
Yeah.
Nox said stealing isn't illegal if you don't get caught. That's why you need Chase on your screen at all times.
Yeah, I need to make sure I don't think I'm gonna get away with it. How do I squish it? Can I squish it? Can I make it not uniform? There we go. There. Fako thought that one was funny.
Theoretically, if you saw a red door, what color would you want to paint it?
Red.
No. No.
Why?
If
it's already red.
Why would you paint it red?
I almost picked up that item box.
But the best cop watching you, you'd be arrested immediately.
I need to save. If I ever pick up an item box, I'm deleting my save file.
Good thing you're using an actual GameCube, because if you're emulating it, this run would be automatically over because you were stealing the game.
I'm using a real GameCube. Literally nothing you can do to prove otherwise.
Hey, can you point your webcam at the GameCube you're using right now?
No, my webcam is stationary. I didn't.
How is it paper and pencils?
Paper. Today will be special battles, so I can't let you into the forest. If you're sightseeing, try again. What? There will be some special battles? What the heck is that supposed to mean? Where am I supposed to go? Oh yeah, I gotta go and meet E soon. Come back. Oh, there he is. Baloo, my dear.
It's like throwing me off by how fast you're walking.
He's a speed walker.
Did he have a bang?
Yeah, he drank a chug jug. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I think the funniest thing about the dog and this thing that says no stealing is just the amount of empty space that's under it.
That's for chat, in case chat gets really crazy. After being approved to access the Purification Stone, we head into the cave to complete our objective. However, the game decides to hit us with the biggest frank you for this challenge. I have to have Teddy Ursa with me? Okay. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest, the beginning was a bit. I tested it to see if I would be allowed to go without Teddy Ursa. Since the trainers say they want to battle to help purify the shadow Pokemon, aka reduce its heart gauge, I wanted to see if I could skip the battles by having Teddy Ursa's heart gauge completely empty. Though battling is the main way to open the door to a Pokemon's heart, you can also lower it by walking and with colognes that you can buy in this very village. Okay. I can't sell you a scent since you don't have a cologne case? I'll just use it now!
Imagine if stuff like that would happen in real life, like you were just trying to buy a screwdriver and they're like, you don't have a tool set.
You don't have a toolbox?
I can't sell this to you.
Can't even buy a toolbox there. You have to go and find one.
I know,
His art gauge is already down. I'm not going to use him in battle. I do, however, have an idea. So we're going to save here. Actually, we're going to try the long way first. This is like the more legit way.
If you can kill the teddy bear and just have him unconscious in your party, you should be able to pass your,
I can do that. I wonder if it pushes me back. Or if I can just slowly start... Whoops. Okay, but I have an idea. We're just, it's okay. There's no Teddy Ursa here. Oh no,
I like that.
Shadow Pokemon.
You're gonna have to kill this rat every time you do something.
Yeah, unless I wanna just run around in a circle and see if that would help. But I'm fine. I think this is just as, like, you know, brainless. So every fight I would immediately have Vaporeon attack Teddy Ursa, while Teddy Ursa would use the call action, which under normal circumstances does nothing but raise accuracy. Effectively, the only change this makes is giving the opponent a free turn or two to possibly weaken Vaporeon, so I'd say it's still in the spirit of the challenge, especially considering the made-up annoyance of having to travel back to the Pokemon Center to revive Teddy Ursa between every single fight. I want that Torchic picture that's on the wall in the Pokemon Center. It's very aesthetic.
What if this was the reveal that I was deaf?
I wouldn't believe you if you were deaf.
Oh yeah? Well, when I was born, the doctors thought I was deaf. I didn't reply to any audio stimuli for a while.
Whenever they would put dubstep on your little baby ears, you didn't headbang.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy?
they're like, either this baby's an absolute nerd, or he's deaf.
And I don't know which one's worse. Well, we'll just spend all of our money because I don't want to bore everyone by running around in a circle.
You guys want to share the strawberry kiwi Capri Sun with me?
After making it to the end of the cave, we are challenged to a final battle by Egon and his partner, Pikachu. After he tells us to go heal Teddy Ursa, even though he only has one Pokemon himself. Egon then immediately undoes what he just told me to do by destroying Teddy Ursa with a powerful Thunderbolt. Why? Why would he not just let me... Oh, thank you. He helped. With a terrible type matchup into this Pikachu, and it now being a fair 1v1, I was expecting this to be one of, if not the hardest fight of the early game. Now here's the thing. Oh, Pikachu sucks.
That's mean.
There we go. Pikachu's bad. With our trial completed, we can now be purified of our sins and release our evidence, disguised as Elden Ring, into the wild. Figure, what should I name my Vaporeon?
Liquid Snake.
Not Corp, what should I name the Vaporeon? Me?
You're just gonna name it me, aren't you? Just gonna put an ME.
Yeah, we'll name it. We'll name it Knock. But we'll spell it like the D&D spell.
Viddy, that's just a normal verb. It's not a D&D spell. That's just an action one can take. Here, I'll do it right now.
Hold on, guys. Someone's at my door. Now, that's a joke.
Okay, stream's over. Everyone go home.
Everyone go home. Highlight reels is done.
We got our TikTok.
We got the TikTok. Where's the Pokemon Center? Okay, here it is. Okay, everyone. Let's say it together. Goodbye, Elden Ring.
Finally, mental health.
Our permanent record has been restored. Wait. Our permanent record has been restored.
Hey, what's that yellow text up there?
It was my GameCube. Where do I go?
Hey, can you hold your GameCube up to the camera?
No, my GameCube's bolted to the floor.
But it has a handle.
It's chained.
Now show us the controller.
This is my custom GameCube controller that I have for Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like custom controller stuff like that.
I love Super Smash Bros. Melee. After our record was cleared, we have to face a mountain gauntlet to search for a guy named Vander, who supposedly knows where Cypher may be holding Crane. Though personally, I think a kidnapping may be a little bit more important than the integrity of a Pokemon trainer gauntlet. But it is what it is, dog.
Man, Vaporeon's actually making this pretty dang easy. I'm really glad I didn't use Flareon. You know what? It's the game moves twice as fast, because my turn gets over twice as fast.
After defeating some random kids on a flying platform over a cliff, Vander lets us know that there have been some shady characters seen outside of an old research facility used by shady characters. So of course we know that these nondescript shady individuals are the ones who kidnapped our friend, and not, you know, just people making meth.
This is the mystery facility. Now, breaking and entering is technically against the law.
You're doing a no stealing run, not a no crime
we're
run.
doing a no stealing run. And these are the sextuplets. Together they are the Hexagon brothers. They like to make jokes. They're like, oh, we're gonna challenge you. Okay, so I gotta fight at least one of them. So we'll just go with the water one.
I challenged the Water Pentagon brother because Nock didn't have Water Gun until after this fight, and Nock's ability Water Absorb actually makes him immune and even heals him from water attacks. We break into the mystery lab and can see through the ceiling Professor Crane, being given demands by Lerna, a Cypher admin with pink hair who helped Project XD. AKA, she's a game developer. And Naps, the person who is accusing us of stealing his Teddy Ursa, a crime he cannot prove. On the way to find where in this labyrinth Crane is, we are assaulted with surprise battles, one after another. With only using Nock, I figured having all the fights be a 2v1 would make this challenge a lot harder. But did you know that in terms of soloing Pokemon XD, Vaporeon is the most compatible for this task? Not only are they pure water type that has only 2 weaknesses, which is mostly comprised of weak grass types, and with their impressive base stat for HP, it means they are bulky enough to be able to handle most attacks. They can also learn the moves Attract, Water Pulse, Aurora Beam, and Quick Attack, along with many other useful tutor moves and TMs. With their ability Water Absorb, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other evolution comes close to this level of ability to solo this game. And the only struggles I've had in battle have mostly been due to me getting surprised by a guy just chilling on the ceiling when I'm already on low health. But even then, Vaporeon is a monster.
Yeah, look, the tackle missed. Calculated.
But sometimes your real worst enemy isn't the strength of your opponents. It's sometimes your own bad habits.
Man, this challenge may not even be like worth doing. I thought this was gonna be a really, really hard thing, because
That's what she said.
okay. I heard you loud and clear. Where did we leave off? We're not too far. Chase from Paw Patrol does not actually need to execute me and put me in prison. Let's see who's that?
It's Danerade.
Dane!
I just kind of wanted to crash the stream and say hi.
That's fine. I appreciate the company.
I know nothing about Pokemon, so all I see are like, what is it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoffs right now.
So I got on to repeating everything I did the previous 40 minutes again. Except this time didn't even have to commentate because my good friend Danerade had a lot of opinions on the Mario Kart 8 DLC.
Not only are you like experiencing the course in a different way, but you like still include the different variations of the course. I think that was pretty cool, but that's still one course. Okay. The Mario Wiki says there are... Oh, nope, there... See, I don't know, it said... See, this says 75, but I don't know if they're including all the different variations. it's like... I don't know. I was gonna say, how's the new video going?
Oh, the new video's doing great. I accidentally just went through this door that I wasn't supposed to go to. Oh my gosh, I gotta go through the maze again. I'm not stealing this ID card. I am just returning it to the owner who ran away. I am being a good citizen and returning his wallet.
After finding Crane and defeating Naps, we escort Crane out of this lab since we've already had to go through this thing twice. But right before we reach our escape, we run into Lerna, Unlike the rest of the fights in this game so far, where Nock can easily sweep if he has anything above a fourth of his health at the start of the battle, Lerna possesses quite an unexpected challenge. Lerna starts the fight with Love Disc and Beautifly, two Pokemon that most people would see as easy pickings, but at our lower level, and Nock being at half the health from our fight with Naps, those two put up a fight. Nock is unable to one-shot Beautifly, allowing both of them to get an extra hit in. It doesn't do a whole lot, but all these hits add up. After Beautifly goes down, Lerna sends in our first wall of the run, her Roselia. Not a particularly strong Pokemon, but he can't be taken out in a single hit, which is enough for it to set up a Leech Seed, a move that takes away health and heals up Roselia every turn, with the healing from it making it not even go down to a second bite. The Leech Seed damage alongside with Roselia's Mega Drain takes out Nock for my first major loss of this run. Though I had confidence that coming back with Nock at full health, I could easily take her out this time. During my fourth attempt, I finally started to see Lerna as a threat and tried a new strategy. I had Nock bite Beautifly and got it to flinch before it could do any chip damage, and take it out next turn. Next up is the Thorn Rose yet again, except this time, the goal is to use Sand Attack to hopefully get it to miss a Leech Seed, which works perfectly. We go in for a bite for damage and luck out with an extra flinch, and without the Leech Seed health, Roselia is down in a second bite. Last up is her signature Shadow Delcatty, which hits us with a powerful Shadow Rush that brings us to around half health. And in one more turn, we drowned that cat. That sounded terrible. Why did I write it like that? Winning us the hardest battle of the game so far. With Lerna out of the way, Crane takes a data ROM we see on the ground, and we head back to the lab to witness the activation of the Purification Chamber, a machine with no purpose. With our staff, including the guy literally named after Data not being able to decrypt the ROM Crane mercilessly stole, we get sent on a huge game of telephone that spans all the way to Pyrite Town. Upon entering Pyrite Town, we see news reporters running towards something and two criminals from the previous game being harassed by the police for literally not doing anything. We go into that big building to talk to a guy named Sek, and he tells us to go talk to a guy named Net, and another guy tells us you can't talk to Net until they get done filming the news. So we go and watch the news live, where they tell us what just happened that we were there for. And then we go back to Net's office, and he tells us we should go talk to another guy named Duking, because we've got time to kill, I guess. So we go and meet up with Duking to find that he's recording a nature documentary, which is the most relevant thing to this challenge, believe it or not. Duking has discovered Pokespots, the only way to encounter wild Pokemon in the region of Ore, by placing down wheels of cheese and checking out each of the 3 locations using the spot monitor. Now, being able to use wild Pokemon may sound like it alleviates the game of all challenge, but there's only really 9 options for Pokemon at these spots, and the majority are not very good, especially comparing it to the powerful Pokemon our opponents will be having in the mid to late game.
There's 3 different areas where they can spawn. In the cave, which is where we're about to go. I know there's like Wooper, Surskit, Hoppip, Aaron, Fampy, Zubat.
This is Mirror B, former admin of Cypher, current Wanderer, and longtime Funky Dude. Mirror B doesn't play a huge role in this story, but is secretly always doing work in the background, as anytime you don't catch a Shadow Pokemon, you can rematch Mirror B to try and catch it again. So Mirror B is effectively the most wealthy he'll be in any timeline, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
I honestly thought that the guy with the Pikachu was going to be the hardest challenge of the game, but honestly this is kind of an easier run than whenever I had a full team. And I don't know what that says about me. Yeah, I'm also extremely over-leveled. And we actually do not want to pick that up, if it'll let us. Yeah. Oh, no. We got the mirror radar. That is going to get really annoying.
With us having to wait for the spot monitor before we can get any more encounters, I set off back to Pyrite Town, where Cypher has taken control of the news.
Meg! I'm not trying to steal the mirror radar. I'm literally trying to return it to him.
As we battle our way to the roof, we start to see stronger Pokemon in these battles, making it so Nock can't solo as easily.
At least the AI is getting kind of smart. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm getting anti-smart. Back at home, people be like, Pokemon, you need a well-balanced team. This is my well-balanced team. Oh, the spot monitor's reacting. We're out of here. We actually want to go to the shop because I threw out all of the Pokeballs. And they don't sell Pokeballs here. Buy 10 Pokeballs. Okay, so all 3 of the spot monitors are reacting. That's good. So I guess we'll go for the Oasis one first. So looks like our first potential team member is gonna be Phanpy. And since this is Phanpy's... Actually, I don't know if I want to use the Premier Ball on Phanpy. Honestly, out of the Pokemon that we can get, Phanpy is kind of one of the worst. We'll name him... Peter. Okay. We'll name him Peter. Next for the cave, Zubat. And this one I can use the Premier Ball. And this Zubat's probably going to be a core staple member. He's a bright young fella. Charles. I named him Charles. I think I'm gonna name this guy Charles. He doesn't even have a hat. Bartholomew. Yeah, I'll name him Bart. Who was in the new Batman movie? I don't know, the Riddler. His name will be... There we go. And Gligar. Gligar is just a very interesting Pokemon. So I was gonna name her Tails because she flies around and she's a tail. But Tails is a guy. But Tails is named Miles. Isn't he? Is his name's Miles Prower? Miles, Miley, Cyrus, Hannah Montana. So now we got Montana. Well, now we've got double battles. Oh, Peter's got pickup. That's really good, because we don't get a lot of items.
With our team growing by 400%, we should be in a much better shape against the barrage of foes going forward. But there's just one problem. It doesn't do anything. I mean, it's something. This is not an easy dub like I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be as soon as we get the other party members, like the game's like easy mode. But no. The game was easy mode, and now it's easy mode, but I've got 3 handicaps. What's Supersonic Flappy? Bye! Bye, the McRib. I'm actually pretty far in the game. Like, compared... Of course it had Synchronize. He has water balls? After barely scraping by against Cypher Guy Ixel, he still manages to escape with the data ROM, so like... What was the point of the battle? You can even lose this fight and it just continues the story. Though Net said he found out Cypher was planning to attack Phenac City, so we head there to save the day. And if you've ever played the prequel, you can tell by the different music that something feels off. And I am all too eager to explore that reason, but forcibly sent to Real Gem Tower just to watch one cutscene that has no story relevance and then cut immediately back. Did you know that the people who made this game made Pokemon Cafe Mix? This city is a little strange. It's like, what is happening? I remember what I need to do. I need to go to the mayor's house. And I need to find a CD. Yeah, see this guy, he is not stealing. This guy let me have it. It was given. It's not stolen. After delivering the music disc to this one random person in the mayor's house, she gets so distracted that she doesn't notice us go upstairs and read a letter addressed to one of the strongest trainers in the city. Despite reading another person's mail being a felony, that's okay, because this is a no stealing run, not a no felony run. The letter tries to warn Justy that the people of Phenac are secretly being taken over by members of Cypher so no one can tell, which is actually very terrifying. So now our goal is to deliver this letter to its rightful intended recipient, aka not stealing. To do so, we just have to go all around Phenac taking care of all the imposter civilians and the imposter Justies. So the McRib actually managed to kill his first Pokemon today. And it was a Shadow Pokemon too. I wonder how much harder it actually would have been to go through this game with just... Well, that should help a little bit. Spot monitor is responding. Oh, Spot monitor is responding. It might be Hoppip. I'm excited for Hoppip. There we go. I love Hoppip. I think he's so cute. I'm gonna name him Dandelion. Okay, back to Phenac City. I'm pretty sure...
Hopefully it's not another Gligar. Sand Shrew. Something new, at least. We're gonna name him Stone Brick. Oh, Peter! Peter! Woohoo! Probably not gonna try and get Surskit. Surskit doesn't really interest me. Aaron would probably be a good tank, to be honest. Yeah, Vaporeon's fine. Like, Vaporeon can do whatever. But later in the game, I'm worried if Vaporeon will be able to continue to powerhouse literally everything. Especially whenever we get to the, like, late game, when we're gonna be fighting, like, Moltres. Hop it, just, you can make it, Dandelion, boom! Yeah, as you can see, our Vaporeon is no longer one-shotting. He's the real Justy impersonator. Yeah. Get him, Peter.
After defeating the real Dusty Imposter, he lets us know that they trapped all the real residents of Phenac in a hidden room underneath the pre-gym. However, it can only be accessed with the lift key, an item so important Cypher didn't want to leave it with a random grunt. So we go and beat up some guys while looking for someone important looking, and getting our reserves leveled up a little bit.
Dandelion! Yeah, like, look at how long these animations take whenever the game is not at a super fast speed. Imagine this for every battle. Flail. Better than most of your moves. This guy's got a bit of a tougher team, so we're actually gonna start with Knock and Dandelion.
For a prisoner, you're rather hard-nosed, I must say.
This guy's fighting the media. What is on his neck? What is this guy? I just realized what is this guy dressed up? Now we gotta beat this dude. And he uses a rain team, which is really good for me. However, all of his Pokemon also have Water Absorb. Well, all of his water types at least. So we're gonna have to rely on good old-fashioned Bite. I'm hoping I can stun Quagsire. Okay, Lantern's out of there. We'll try and sleep whatever's gonna come in. Lunatone. I really hope I sleep this guy. Nice, because he can set up a really nasty move. I actually kind of want the McRib, and this guy is like not even in any trouble. We're going to actually swap to Peter. So not only did Peter tank that confusion, but Peter's gonna get a level up from that. Yeah, this is a game where they tried to get the sizes like really correct before like X and Y. Yeah, Peter really just said that he's literally dabbing. Oh, there he goes. And now the day is saved. And there's something on the floor, and I'm not even gonna pretend. Oh, the elevator key. He dropped it. We have to return it.
After returning the elevator key to its rightful home and rescuing the town, Justy tells us that there may have been some shady characters around a random spot in the middle of the desert again. However, we decided to take a quick detour.
Aaron. Oh my gosh, he's level 12. This is not the end of the game. I'd say we're a little over past halfway through. Bruh, Peter? Why did I think Peter could do anything else? Dandelion? Surely a wing attack would kill him. Okay. He's an uncatchable wall. So, unstoppable force and an immovable object. I'll name him Wally. Wall. Brick. Stone bricks? Actually, I'm gonna name him Anvil. I like that name.
And this is where we ended off our first stream of this challenge. But right now, we're back, baby! Hi. I originally intended for this video to contain both streams of the No Stealing Challenge, but this video is getting a bit long. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the hilarious antics and exciting conclusion of the next episode. Isn't that right, Peter? That sure is true.